So, Ty, on Thursday, the Browns' 2026 schedule will be released, and we know the teams they'll play. We just don't know the order yet. And based on the opponents for the upcoming schedule, the Browns have the easiest 2026 schedule based on 2025 win percentages. You can see on the screen the opponents the Browns will play in 2026 had a combined winning percentage of just .429 last year. That is the lowest of any team in the NFL. As we make our projections for 2026, and I know you're in the 8 to 10 win range, Tyvis, how much do you consider the quote-unquote easy schedule in that projection, and how much weight should we put into the fact that these win percentages are from last year and teams can change drastically from year to year?
First of all, listen, I'm not naive as a Browns fan. We can't look at any game and just check mark like, oh yeah, we got that one. We are not in that camp. So I'm gonna be a realist on that one. However, if you pay attention to the NFL, every Sunday in every game, you can't just necessarily go in there and check off that that's an easy dub. That really doesn't exist in the NFL. This isn't college where you're playing Ball State and Kent State and you're the Ohio State.
Hey,
Bucks,
careful.
by the way.
I went to
nice
Kent.
black jerseys. I'm sorry. Hey, make sure you come to the shoe in the fall when Kent State plays Ohio State, and we'll have this conversation again. But anyway, when you look at just some of these teams, I mean, obviously you look at how the Browns play. My whole philosophy about the Browns and why I'm in the 8 to 10 range more than a lot of people are is because I look at just how this team performed last year and how everybody told me how bad this team was. They still were in a lot of these games, and they still won 5 games. Yes, I know that y'all will say that they won some games that they won't have, and they lost some games they shouldn't have. Jason tells us all the time that every year there is a game that you're going to lose that you shouldn't, and there's a game that you win that you shouldn't. So vice versa and all of those things. I just think with the Browns, they've done everything they can as far as make the necessary changes around the quarterback position, because I know everybody likes to point to the quarterback, but if you really think, if you spend $100 million on an offensive line and you go get some offensive playmakers at the wide receiver position where you needed it the most, and you obviously need Harold Fannin to take another step, Quinshawn to stay healthy and take another step, and that defense to stay pretty solid, I think that they'll find a way to win a lot of games. That the easier schedule thing means nothing to me because we know every year there's teams that turn it around. They change their entire roster and flip it. The Chicago Bears were one of the teams last year. They got a new coach, got a new thing, and boom, they was in the playoffs and stuff like that. So I'm expecting that to happen. The team that I'm telling a lot of people about actually is the Saints. I like what the Saints did adding Jordan Tyson to that offense. If Tyler Shuck take that next step, that offense is going to be really, really good. I love the fact that they built up their line through the draft the past couple of years as well. Obviously, the defense is the question mark there.
Now, Tyvis, this is funny. This is crazy. McNuggets. Now, listen, I just got to point it out. So, first, Earl said something about some wins. How many wins did Earl say? He said like 8.
He's in that range, the same range.
And then you
9
said,
to 10.
And then you said, oh, I'll actually give me that 8 to 10 range too. And then
I said, first of all, hold on, wait a minute. Let's put some respect. I started this.
He did.
I started by saying the Browns was going to win the division this year, and it was going to take 9 to 10 wins for them to get it done. And y'all scolded me. And then Earl came back like 2 weeks later, dropped the same line. And then obviously I seen Mary Kay on yesterday dropping the same bar. So I'm just telling you, man, hey.
Is you taking credit for the movement? Are you taking credit for the movement? Now, Jason and Jay about lost they didn't lose it. They just I think I had to check Jay's pulse. I was like, man, I had to check his pulse, and I thought Jason Lloyd was having a seizure. I didn't know. I said, let me check him. Let me figure out he's good. Now listen. Do you think this is? Why do you think now people believe that the 8 to 10 is possible? Is it just the rookies? Or because they really ain't done nothing.
No, it's more than just the rookies. I think that you just look at. I think everybody understands that there is teams every year that figure it out, that turn it around, and a lot of people like the Jasons and the Zachs and all of them, they will all say that the reason that those teams turn it around it has to do with the quarterback position, and I would agree with them. The only pushback that I have with that statement is that there's there. I feel like in the last couple of years, it's been more than just quarterbacks being the difference maker. Yes, Sam Darnold has played exceptional, and yes, Jalen Hurts went to the Super Bowl and he played exceptional. But again, if you look at just some of these teams and who those guys are, it's not like they're these elite quarterbacks that's going out there doing these things. I think that they got the right coaching staff, they got the right personnel around them, and they put them in a situation to do that. I'm expecting Ty Monken to be that guy. And the pushback that they get on the Ty Monken thing is a lot of people will tell me that they don't think Ty Monken is the guy because there's no way that a guy that's going to be that good of a head coach had to wait this long to get the opportunity to be a head coach. And I hear you on that one. I don't know. I just feel like different players respond to different coaching, and I just think his style of coaching and who he is as a person is exactly what this roster right now needs to win games. So I just think that it's a perfect mixture right now, and I'm expecting something to happen of it. I don't know why that's so crazy to think, but it's possible.
Tyvis, I'm not going to go line by line and pick your argument apart. Frankly, I got months still to do that.
Got time.
I'm just going to ask you, make sure we're on the same page here. In you saying this division title, 9-10 wins, you're assuming that this defense can maintain its high level, right? Like the defense was awesome last year. So Schwartz is gone, one or two players are gone, but you are certainly assuming, basing your arguments on the fact that you think this defense can be awesome once again.
Correct. I expect it to be top 5 range. Yes.
Okay. I'm not going to sit here and crap all over everyone's optimism. Like I usually do that, and it's fun. but like it's been hard, lean years the last few years. So for the people who want to be optimistic. Be optimistic. Like, there are reasons for hope, and I do believe they're on the right track. I just think you're probably a year ahead of yourself on the wins. But, I mean, you played in the league. I didn't. You think this team's capable of winning 8, 9, 10 games? All right, I'll believe you. I need to see it. And, yeah, it does go back to quarterback for me. A lot of it does. Go ahead.
I look at, obviously, there's not a ton of examples over the past couple of years of teams being able to overcome the quarterback play. I think that, the 2017 Jacksonville Jaguars is more the speed that I like to look at. They had a very dominant defense that year, and they ended up drafting, I think, Leonard Fournette that year and ended up going to if I remember, was it the AFC Championship game? I want to say it was.
I don't remember.
And
with
Blake Bortles, and he wasn't like this quarterback. Oh Lord is correct. So the fact that I just think that the way that they were able to do that is kind of similar to how the Browns would have to operate. I'm putting a lot of stock in the fact that they fixed the offensive line. I'm putting a lot of stock that Quinshon Judkins can be that work bill that can do those things. And then I think if that run game is really good, it then opens up the pass. It makes things easier for Shedeur, Deshaun Dillon, or Taylor Green, whoever the heck they want to put at quarterback. I just think that now you have pieces that can actually make some of those plays. Yes, the Jerry Jeudy thing is still a problem, but I think that he has to be motivated at some point at this season. I think if it starts good, he'll stay motivated for the year. I think the problem with Jerry Jeudy is that things started off bad, and he just kind of fell into that swamp of like, it's bad, the season doesn't matter anyways, it is what it is. I think he's one of those guys that as long as things is going well and you're continuously keeping him involved in the game plan, he's very interested. He can still make those plays. I just think that if things go south early, which I'm hoping it doesn't, that's when you kind of lose Jerry Jeudy for the year.
That's funny. I really quickly, I'm gonna ask you this, and then who do you think Jerry? If you ask Jerry Jeudy off to the side, who do you think Jerry Jeudy would say he wants to be the quarterback?
I have no idea.
Well, we have 7 games of him playing with Deshaun Watson, and it did not go well.
Yeah, I like. He didn't
really
hit it off with anybody, but
Jameis. Jameis. That's who he wants to be the quarterback.
If I remember correctly, I would say statistically wise, his best game I want to say was with Dylan Gabriel. Ironically, I think.
Oh, I think it was last year.
Was it the Jets game?
Last year, him actually catching the ball 3 times in one game was a good game. But his nuclear game was with Jameis.
Yeah.
I mean, last year was an all-time bad year, right, Tyvis? Like, he was an all-time bad receiver.
I was talking about with the quarterbacks that's currently on the roster.
I just want to make sure you're still on planet Earth. That's all.
Hey, man,
his best game last year was the Jets game. He had 78 yards and a touchdown. That was by far his best game.
And Dylan Gabriel was a quarterback for the Jets game.
That was his best game?
12 targets, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah. I mean, he had 5 for 66 in week 1 with Flacco. But he had the 2 drops that led to interceptions.
What did he do against the Titans?
5 for 76 and a touchdown. So 1 less catch, 2 less yards. But he had that 1 long one.
That's a nasty season, bro. I'm trying to find a game for him. I'm trying to look. I'm like, man, let me see if I get my man a game somewhere. Nah, bro. Preseason.
That's why I say you got to feature him early. He's got to have his confidence early because, like I say, once it goes bad, he kind of he's just out there. So hopefully, Todd Monken brings a new energy in there and they get some success early in the season, especially on the offensive side of the ball. And I think that kind of really what the season comes down to is if the offense finds some success early in the season, now the defense is motivated because if they go out there, this is the thing that they're going to fight all year with the Browns is that Todd Monken has to show them something different because if they get out there in that season and the defense is rocking and that offense ain't producing, they're going to drop the thing that's going to creep up in their mind. Here we go again. And if you say that and you believe that, then you might as well cancel the rest of the season right then and there. You got to have people that fight that urge that this is different. So that offense is going to be very interesting in those first couple of games. They got to find a way to have some success very early in the season to keep everybody motivated.
Ty was talking like you talking like you was talking to Sherman and them boys in Seattle. y'all.
First of all,
y'all smooth out. Nah, man, y'all better get done offensively.
No. The defense in Seattle, they never checked out. They were kind of used to the offense not being able to produce at a high clip, and they was able to just win games. Which is what I challenged the defense last year for the Browns to do. I said they doing well, but they need to do better. I mean, it's things out there that they can do. They can get interceptions and take them to the house, fumble recoveries, take it to the house. Sometimes you got to put it in your own hands, and some of the great defenses do that.
Speaking of defense, your boy Evan Mobley.
Yeah, you seen?
Do you owe your man an apology? I mean,
no, I don't. No, I don't. I do not. I do not owe him anything.
Blocks, rebounds.
Nope, I don't.
He did exactly what you said he wanted to. He started off. If you get Mobley started off early, right?
Honestly, G. He should be thanking me because clearly he watched my stuff because I motivated him. I hollered at him, and as soon as I hollered at him, he took off. You know what? You need to hire me because you got too many yes people in your search. You need somebody that tell you no and tell you when you tripping, and that's what I'm here for. Cleveland should be applauding me because I finally got this man to play like he's supposed to play consistently. I know I don't owe him no apology. He owed me an apology. That's what really need to go down.
I mean, you were giving him his flower, a week or two ago after the Toronto series? You were all over him.
I said he did his thing. He finally, he demanded the ball, game on the line, dropped the shoulder, got physical. He been dunking lately, getting blocks. Evan been balling. I ain't got no issue with Evan at all. Evan finally figured it out. I see the vision. Let's just say that. I can see. But then this is the thing now. We seen this before.
Absolutely.
Because the first time I fully seen the vision with Evan Mobley was when they lost to the Celtics, what was that, 2 years ago in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Where he was like the only one out there balling and everybody else kind of laid an egg. That's when I knew, all right, this dude could be good. Problem is, it's not consistent enough. Now, this Detroit thing is kind of funky. Mike McNuggets did a really good job yesterday explaining about how, bigs is canceling each other out and now the guards and forwards is getting all the rebounds and stuff like that. But I want to know, how does he make his presence known? Because, yes, he had a really good game last night, but if I remember, he had 9 points and 1 rebound in one of these games. What was that, game 2, I want to say it was?
Yeah.
Like that, for a guy who's supposed to be arguably – A lot of y'all told me the way the Cavs win a championship is if he the best player on the team. 9 points and 1 rebound, that can't cut it in a big time series like this. So with that being said, I can't have those type of games. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could be down on Donovan all we want, but Donovan still gets points on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, it might take 50 shots to get 50 points, but he's still getting his points. Like with Evan, if he's not doing it offensively and you get 9 points and 1 rebound, then defensively he better be defensive player of the year. Last night we got both of those things combined. Now that's what it's going to take if this team wants a chance to make it to the finals. Because if they beat them and then go against the Knicks, you're going to really need a big series out of Evan for those type of things. So Evan is doing exactly what y'all said he would be doing. So I give my hats off and tip my cap to him, but I need to see it consistently, and I need him to continue to be the player that he was last night. I don't need to see it for 1 or 2 games. I need to see it for the rest of the playoffs, because if you're going to truly take that next step, because, obviously there's this whole Giannis whole thing going on right now about if the Cavs want to trade Mobley for Giannis. Well, if the only way they're not going to want to do that, because you're going to be a part of that deal. The only way you're going to stay in Cleveland is if you play like you just played last night for the rest of the series, because if not, they're going to blame you for it anyways.
Tyvis, we appreciate you. We'll talk to you. I think you'll be on tomorrow, right?
We'll get his hot take tomorrow.
I will be on tomorrow.
All right. Well, we'll save all the good stuff for tomorrow. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll see y'all later. Peace out.
Well, Tyvis just talked about a trade possibly with Giannis, but the Guardians already done made their trade, man. Patrick Bailey. Like, who is this guy? Like, is it worth it? I know Jay Crawford was hot about it. We'll come back and examine it right here on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.